We're back.
Hi. I'm not in Canada still.
You're still here.
I'm still in America.
It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I feel bad you still have to drive far as fuck though.
Yeah. I mean, that's life.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And honestly, the drive isn't too bad coming here. It's a little annoying, because I got them big old Dodge Rams that are like, you're not going 70, bitch. The speed limit's 55. There we go.
Going with my dad. It's 14, not
yeah.
bad. But
we gotta figure out our proficiency modifier, man. Like, do we not get that until we're eligible for partnership with YouTube?
Yes.
So we're never gonna get proficiency.
We're never getting it. And yeah, this is never gonna pick up. This is just us fucking around. Oh yeah, I forgot that. I'm gonna use that for.
Yeah, I'm just moving it out of my my relax zone. Ugh. Oh yeah, we didn't cheers.
Shit. Yeah, my bad.
Ugh.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
I went to Grand Rapids. He tapped the blocker.
Yeah. I feel like my chair moved.
It might have.
Did you move my fucking chair, bro?
Probably. I probably moved it just to
Oh, you're fine.
do something. I don't know. But I was
You went to Grand Rapids?
yeah, I went to Grand Rapids. I went to Holland and visited Jake and Klomp. We had a great time. Jake took me bourbon hunting out where he actually gets all his stuff and his good deals. So he was able to be like, yeah, you're gonna...
I gotta move. Continue your story.
He was saying that he basically knew. He's like, hey, like this one has a decent amount of options, but it's a little overpriced. This one's cheap, that kind of thing. So I was able to really get some good deals on stuff. I was really happy. I haven't bourbon hunted I've never actually bourbon hunted. Technically, that was my first time bourbon hunting. Bourbon hunting for me has been like, oh, hey, I found it. I know it's at this place. I'm going there and I'm gonna buy it. This was the first time we were both just like, you know what? Fuck it. We have X budget. And so that was nice. He was same thing. He was like, he just got a new car, so he was like, well, my budget's a lot smaller, because he realized, he noticed, I think, like last week that, because this was planned weeks ago, but then he noticed last week that, like, as he's driving, his exhaust is just fucking spitting oil or gas. And he's like, oh fuck, all right, well, he ended up turning it in and selling it and got the exact same car, just 5 years newer.
Yeah.
Same color. It fucked me up. I didn't know. He was like, I got a new car. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, like, I saw his old one there, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just, like, tucked to the side. And then he's just like, nope, I got the same exact color, same. I was like, he's just like, and I even heard, he's like, I brought Chelsea's old tires on the car, or he swapped them. He brought them in the back so he could swap them out.
Yeah.
When he got there,
Nice.
He's like, you're not taking these. So, yeah, it was just good. So either way, he did that, and he was like, I'm taking him on bourbon hunting. We went to like 6 different places. I got 4 bottles. One was the Corn Mellow, which is literally $20. I'm using that. I'm gonna make a El Pastor taco cocktail. I'm not sure. I want to make it like an old fashioned stir. Maybe.
I'm trying to think of a name for it.
But
the Gringo.
No. No.
You don't want to call it the Gringo?
No, because then it'd be a shitty taco that I'm basing it on. I'm basing it on good shit. El Pastor. I'm going to go to the fucking place, the one that makes really, really good authentic Mexican food by me. I probably said that offensively.
No, I took a drink, but like somehow it went up
Oh yeah, not with whiskey sours. But I'm going to go just pick up some of the pastor there and an extra taco or two, just to eat and make sure, like, okay, this is what I necessarily the flavors I need to look for and make sure. But like, I was worried. Like I said, I was talking to you about the onion because it's gonna stew.
It's not gonna help it. It's gonna make it worse.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, I figured, like, if I do it for 4 hours, but I probably only need to do it for, like, 2. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you're trying to get the flavor in there. Yeah. So, like, all the stewing you're doing, you're taking the stew. Like, you're condensing it, making it worse for me.
I'm going to be honest. I think the next time that I do the, when I do it, I'm going to make 2. If you're still home, hopefully. I think you will be.
We just gotta win the lotto, man.
We're knocking on wood. You're gonna be home. But I'm gonna make one without the onions in it for you, so that you can basically have the same thing, which is.
I'm telling you, man, it'd be great content. We have me try the one with the onions right before I go home, and then I'll record the aftermath.
I yes, but no.
No, I don't want to go through that pain. It sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot for no views.
That might be what gets us views.
But that's not gonna keep them.
True. I would have to continuously hurt myself. I'd do it. I would do it. It was like, hey, we're going to pay you enough money every month to where you don't have to work your normal job. You just got to get hurt a lot. I'd do it.
Do it for the gram.
I would do it. I'd do it 100%, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It would take a lot of money, but...
It wouldn't take that much money for me, man. I used to fucking spray Axe up my nose for like $5.
Well, you got... yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard as fuck this... It's election day, technically, the day we're filming. Not election day, primaries day.
Yeah.
So we're just, I went and did my deed right after I got out of work. So right before Penny got home,
I did not.
Yeah, it's fair. You don't get out till late and you're down here. And also, it's a primary. It's technically, it's not like it's going to matter much, but it will. A little bit. It will.
Bit, yeah.
It helps, but yeah, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah. Last election, I had to take the day off. I literally used a vacation day to go fucking vote.
I mean, honestly, this time you could just, well, I'm gonna say you could absentee vote.
Yeah, I've done that all the ones prior, but I couldn't last year for some reason.
I did last year actually, so I could do it early.
Not last year, last election. Sorry.
Well, I just did early vote. I should say not absentee, early vote.
I did absentee the entire time I was in the Army and the reserves, because it was just like, oh, you're not home. That's was. Fair.
That's hilarious.
But you didn't have to know.
Well, hey, you know what? Whatever. But no, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go throw it in there and throw my what's the uncommitted vote.
Yeah.
Just got something.
Dude, the choices are fucking awful.
It's both old people.
I mean, they haven't been. I haven't. We're gonna get a little political, I guess. Not really. I haven't liked any candidate like since Obama, and like even then there was issues I had with him as well too. But it was like him and McCain were chill towards each other.
Yeah.
Like every candidate we've had since then has been ass, dude.
It's truly gotten out of hand. Like, it's so frustrating. So I was just like, whatever, I can't consciously vote for the dude who's, like, committing genocide to another country.
The choices are fucking awful, man.
In two ways, essentially. If you look at it in certain ways, when people are dying, it's not good. So like, God damn it.
Speaking of people dying, the one like slightly promising candidate, he's gonna get fucking murdered. Fucking Kennedy, he's gonna go out the same way his uncle did, man. Like
He's the only presidential candidate that's running that they refuse to give him Secret Service protection for his candidacy.
He's gonna get murdered.
Yeah. They literally like it's that blatant. Like all the other ones, they're letting him do it. He was running for Democrats still they still wouldn't let him do it. Dude, well, especially then
with his fucking family history too, like.
But nowadays, I mean, at that point, then it becomes like okay, like. This is investigatory worthy. Yeah. Because then it's obvious. Like when he's too popular right now. He's too in the eye of the people.
Yeah, that and like we'll get conspiratorial a little bit. The government killed JFK.
Yeah.
100%. He was gonna get rid of the Federal Reserve, like cut off all that shit, make it to where our money actually like had something backing it, and. Yeah, they murked his ass, and they're gonna do the same thing to his nephew. I don't know what his relation is.
They've done it to all of them. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, you know what? Honestly, at this point, I'm voting for him. He's none of them are good, but at least he can do 10 push-ups. It's kind of my.
Yeah.
He can physically do things. He's not. He's not currently losing cognitive abilities or lost them. Yeah. Because like now Trump is now at that point where he's losing it now. So it's like they're both 80. I'm like you can't that right there. Boom, done. Like Kennedy at least like in his past was an environmental lawyer and fought to.
Yeah.
He did some good shit and whatever, but like. I don't know. None of them really support all the things I want, but like he's
you'll never get full.
Yeah, he's just at least there and not like.
That's
weird.
So depressing.
It is so shitty.
He's just there.
I mean, like, look, like I think I'm now obviously once it gets really closer. It's going to be better to be like I'm gonna see if he even obviously decides to still stick it out. I think he will, but like it's just a matter of like once real time comes, what is his opinions at the time? Like once time comes, like because I'm sure we got way more time for him to do another media tour, so we'll be able to be like, all right, like what's everyone actually saying? And how many words can Biden speak in a straight sentence? Can Trump still do that at that point, and this is the most depressing. We're done with this. This is we should. This is horrendously depressing because no matter what, all options aren't very great.
I'm gonna title the episode with a timestamp. Skip here.
But yeah, we anyways.
You got the French flag behind you.
Oh shit! You can't see it off camera.
You can't see it, but
the wall ends where my hand is, which is.
It might be the opposite of the French flag because I think the French flag is bleu, blanc, et rouge, so it'd be blue, white, red. But I can't remember.
It looks like a flag.
Yeah.
And so does this.
That is a flag.
It's our flag.
That's our sovereign nation of Buffalo. House. Wait, that means we can't vote. No.
Yeah, I know. It'd be weird. It's just this room in the house.
Just one room. We can commit so many crimes because they're legal here.
And then we will buy more land, and it's just the original Buffalo house. And then we'll tell them, like, that's all we want. We're never going to upgrade more than this, and it's just this house.
Manifest destiny.
We pay taxes. We have no exports except for fun.
The only thing we have is imports. And you just gave a tariff on us.
And then just... That'd be terrible.
God. I told you about our cabin growing up, right?
I think so.
We like, it was in our family so long that like, it was like a almost like a reservation.
Yeah.
the reservation. Yeah. So it was like the
Yeah.
laws didn't fully apply there. Oh, it was so dope, man. And like I didn't realize how great it was as a child. I was like, oh, it's a shitty cabin that we can fish at. We don't have
Yeah.
to get a fishing license. Bro, the cops had no jurisdiction there either, unless you were doing like a big federal shit
Crime, yeah.
show, you know.
Yeah, if you're, you can't throw MNE's 80s
Yeah.
into the lake.
But like, you could. We did.
Well, fuck it.
Oh,
How the hell? Fucking throw, boom.
dude, that cabin was dope. It was falling apart, and we couldn't legally fix it unless like we made it to where it was like on United States soil.
Honestly, like that is a dream that I want to have, is a cabin. Because like right now, like Heather kind of has the family cabin, and I think she like, well, not she doesn't have it. Her mom owns it, but eventually, I'm sure we'll pass down to,
Yeah.
that family, and we'll go there. But like, I would love to have one eventually, if for some reason that ever ends up going out, because it's nice to have.
Yeah.
But that's like, I mean, I
was gonna say
so out of reach.
we'll go in on it together, but I gotta buy a house first.
Yeah, this would be after, again, if we ever move.
We could literally call it the Buffalo House.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see.
And then we could drive out there 2 times a week. It'll be 3 hours up north. We'll record the podcast and then come home. Every Tuesday and Thursday.
That'd be so. We'll just never be home.
No.
But I honestly, like, no, that would be after if we ever decide to move from this house, like whenever that is, like,
That's a ways away, yeah.
yeah, it's minimum 10 years.
Yeah.
So like we would want to build a
Yeah.
house on some land, and we'd have to do all that in 10 years, and we'll see what the fuck's possible then. So
Dude, I was looking at the tiny house things, man.
yeah,
Like, after spending so much time in the hotels and stuff, like, I don't need a lot of house. So I was looking at that. I was looking at, like, nice manufactured homes. I was looking at a boathouse. Dude, and, like,
I can't say I couldn't see you not living in
Right?
a boathouse.
right? It's, like, it's weird, but it's, like, normal. That's the vibe I got when I looked at it. But also, when I was looking at it...
I see you more in a tiny home, but I can see you in a boathouse.
Yeah. I could see me in a boathouse for, like, 5 years. Not in 5 years, but, like, if I got one, I would live there for, like, 5 years, tops. But...
How long have you ever been on the water? Are you sure you won't get...
Dude, I fucking love the water.
Okay, then you're
I've
fine.
never been on a boat. Like a
Well-
big boat. I've been on a ferry and a dinghy.
Okay, I feel like a dinghy is fine enough, like, because I feel like you get enough of the rockiness
Oh,
to
you get a
figure
shit ton
out
of
if you
rocky.
get...
Yeah.
Because, like, Melissa technically gets, like, motion sickness on boats.
Mm.
So, like, she'll just take the Dramamine if we ever go on a cruise.
I think
But,
I think I would sleep better on a boat.
I can see it.
But regardless, when I was looking at the boathouse, like I had that same thought. I was like, I'm the type of guy that would live in a boathouse. And then right after that thought, fucking PB&J Otter started playing in my head. Like the old Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, noodle, do the noodle dance. That shit started playing in my head, and I was like, I can't live in a boathouse.
I didn't think of that. I thought of Out of the Box.
Oh, yeah. That was good, too.
Yeah, I thought of that song because I was like, that's definitely... Well, one, tiny home, I was like, immediately I think of the Home Depot shed thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, that would be, like, if we're talking dream scenarios, like, if we're able to build a house, like, I'll have a bar in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I would actually want to build like, I'd probably do one of those things where I would just eventually get the shed,
Yeah.
and then turn that into an actual bar with some air conditioning and all that
Yeah.
somehow. But like, and probably
It's
just
doable.
air unit or something.
Yeah. It's doable. You could also just run ducking through. Like,
Yeah.
it's doable.
Get a baby air conditioner. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to handle.
It's honestly, like, I'm saying it now, like, I'm probably going to buy, like, a piece of shit house when I do. And I joked about it before where it's like the walls are falling apart, like everything's...
Yeah, and just fix it.
and just fix it. Like,
I don't blame you. Honestly, I would help you do it just
Yeah.
because that legit would be amazing for you. Because that's like, look, like, unfortunately, the world we live in, like, this is our retirement.
Yeah, and I mean, even looking at the like the cost of everything, like even Chrissy's house, like the outlets and stuff, like looking at the electrical, I'm like, not many things are grounded. Like, your fucking amperage probably isn't up to snuff for like the modern age. Like, so looking at similar houses in that area, because one, it would be really funny to just buy a house that I could walk my shit to. you
Yeah.
know?
Be convenient.
Yeah. But I'm like, even looking at that, I'm like, I'm going to knock the walls down to redo the electrical. Like, I'm probably going to throw in better insulation wherever I'm at. So I'm going to knock the walls down. So fuck it. I'll just buy a house with the walls already knocked down.
I mean, well, here's the thing, though, is it's like, in a house that bad, you have to, like,
Yeah.
pay for mold inspection.
Yeah.
Like, gotta
There's
hope.
a lot you'd have
you
to
know.
do.
But like, yeah, honestly, like, yeah, just starting off with like a bare bones or like iffy bones. Not iffy. As long as you're like, hey, the structure is integral.
Yeah.
It's fine. It just beat the shit and the
Yeah.
walls are gross. Okay, yeah, we can do some drywall. I've done that. That's
It's
easy enough.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, most of the time you're just throwing the whole goddamn sheet up, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then you
Throw
get to
some-
the weird spots.
Throw some R34 up so it's fully insulated and soundproof.
Yep.
And like, I mean, I like to imagine like people's reactions to stuff.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause like we said, everything I do is for the bit. Like, so you guys see me like buy a piece of shit house, and like, because I would post photos of it. I'd be like, bought a house, you know, like the cliche, like holding my keys up in front of the door, and it's like, what? Why did
Yeah.
you buy that? And then taking photos in the rooms, like, look at how great this place is, and the fucking walls completely open, you know.
Yeah.
And then like 2 years later, it's like, wow, Edie's house is really fucking nice. Like, yeah, I just traveled for work for a little bit, and then the weekends I come home, I'm like, I'm gonna fix this room, and then I'm gonna fix that room, you know.
I mean, legit, like, I'll definitely help you out. Like, because, like, there's part of me that's like, my uncle built a house. He you know, it was like he was part of the labor force and built it, and I think just essentially built it with a buddy of his that knows how to do it to make sure they did it right and took the time.
Yeah.
But he just retired, and he was kind of like, all right, this is our home we're staying in forever. He's
Yeah.
retiring in that home, so he built it himself, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I think they obviously hired whoever dig out
Yeah.
shit and do whatever, set plumbing, whatever. But he just built, like, once it got down to, like, I think the house's structure was built, he did all the drywall, all the mudding, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, I could maybe do that.
You could. It's simple, man. Like,
But I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what my dream house would be, and I'd be like, I just don't feel like I'd want to do all that detail.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm simple. Like,
Yeah, you don't need much.
yeah. Like, I would want some like random cool things. Like, I want the secret door, you know.
Yes.
I want that shit, and then I want the altar that was at your old house. I want that
Just for the fuck of it.
just for the fuck of it.
Well, like in that, like honestly, like I don't want like a bigger house.
Yeah,
What I was telling Melissa was like, I mean, essentially, it'd be a bigger house in the sense that it just one floor, or the main floor would be where the like master bedroom's at, because if we're moving there when we're older,
yeah.
stairs suck.
Fuck stairs.
So it'd just be one of those things where like there's just a bigger main floor and basement, and then like really a nicer kitchen. That it's not even a nicer kitchen, just I want an island.
Yeah,
That's the dream. Get an island. After that, I'm pretty happy.
yeah.
And like I said, decent space in the basement for a bar. I'll just I'll build another one myself, or hopefully, I don't know.
We could build one. I think what I would do is like I would get a place, and then like I would want like a wood shop set up, and then it would be like, oh, I could throw some fucking shelving into that wall that's wide the fuck open. Just go build it, throw it in. You know,
Yeah.
like I would have cool shit in my house, but it'd be a spur of the moment, like 3 a.m. on a Saturday. Like, oh, I could put that in there, you know, like, because really, there's that meme that goes around where it's like, dudes are totally okay with living in an apartment that looks like this, and it's a fucking chair like this and a TV.
I mean,
Like,
look,
I'm the epitome of that dude.
I mean, honestly, if I was just single, like I would do that. I would say fuck it and commit to just buy some land, throw a good sized Home Depot thing on it, turn it into a fucking house, and be like, cool, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I'm gonna stay here and tiny home it, and that's it. Like, I don't need a lot either. I would just be like, cool.
Yeah. Like I would have wild shit for my cats. Like I would have like the whole wall is a cat tower.
That'd be
It's like,
cool.
I don't need shit over on that wall. That's the cat's wall, you know?
Well, yeah, and then like again, like if it's just like cool, like I have the land, I'll be like, all right, like if I really want, I'll just have 3 different little sheds. I do the shed with the house, shed that is the bar, and then shed that I don't know, do essentially an entertainment space that's like technically like almost the same size as my tiny home, but is bar with like couch and hangout areas. So when I have people over, it's like I'm not even having them at my house. I'm just like, go hang out there. Worst case, like, I mean, yeah, if I make food or whatever.
Yeah, you just gotta walk it out. That'd be a vibe, honestly, man. Like,
we buy a giant property and we just both build our tiny little homes on it, and we're like,
dude, that'd be the dream. Like we talked about having a little bridge connected between the houses. Yeah.
I remember, like, I was like, as a kid, I always dreamed of like building a giant complex too, with like 3 or 4 closest friends, and just giant like, oh yeah, almost like if you bought like a dormitory, and it's just you just knocked it all down into quarters. So like what top quarter, bottom quarter, it's all cement. So you ain't hearing shit from below or above. You're just kind of like, all right, here we go. This is my giant quarter of this house. There's like a decently sized center.
Yeah, I thought of that too. There's some like really old rundown hotels that are for sale.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro.
I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah, just buy that, and like, if I had more friends,
well, like,
just be like, you can live here and do whatever you want, you know?
I mean, look, man, like, we gotta play the lottery. We win the lottery, and then I'm probably starting a whiskey company with Jake.
Yeah.
Because I definitely trust him now that he's so much more into whiskey. We're gonna do that. I'll do the bar cart. Me and you will just practice doing bartending skills, and we'll do that for the hell of it on the side for the fun and make.
I
don't know.
I want to learn the flair tricks. Like, I don't want to learn anything about mixology. I want to do all the cool flips and shit, and then hand you the bottle and be like, "Is this the right one?"
I mean, honestly, like, well, at that point too, like, if we, depending on how much money I make, like, I'm just gonna buy a location and just be like, cool, I have the money to outlast no matter what. I'm paying the rent. Like, I'm gonna stay here. We'll figure it out eventually. But if I can just kind of be like, yeah, I'll just build a place and start making drinks, and we'll have fun with it. But like, it'd be awesome to do that. And then honestly, I mean, not after that, like, it's just get you a house, build myself a new place, move out of here.
Well, if we won the lotto, man,
buy some friends.
We would have to do the big plot of land where the houses are either connected or we have fucking golf carts where we can just drive over and see each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, that'd be one of those things where, like, if, we find, like, a really chunk, like 3 acres worth of land, 4 acres worth of land, and then we're just like, cool, like, we're building houses here, here, and here, and then I'll just, like, I don't know, for, like, friends, it's just, like, I don't even know if I'd just be like, look, like, obviously you have your whatever jobs and stuff, but I'll just, like, the cheapest form of mortgage possible, not even really, I'll just be kind of like, hey, I don't know. Not even give it to them, really, depending how much. Well, that's the thing, is how much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be the best. That'd be the dream, is just like do that and then like do a bunch of fun shit. But like, I always dreamt of I even drew it out. Like, here's what I do with my corner, and we live in the forest, so we could build in this sector. Houses. We could build a go-kart track, and then in this one is a paintball area.
Oh no!
Is it not staying?
It's staying enough. It's just drooping. But yeah, I would. God, I want to win the fucking lotto, man.
So we gotta play it more. I gotta remember to. Whenever, every time I get gas, I should just, because it's like essentially once a week, and I should just go in and buy a lotto ticket every time, just for the hell of it.
The thing is, you gotta pay for it in cash, and I never fucking have cash.
You don't have to.
Everywhere I've gone, you have to do cash, unless they changed it.
I've never paid cash for a lotto ticket.
I've always been told pay cash.
I
don't know. I've done it on my phone a few times, but I don't trust that one. Like, I feel like
literally, all I do is I go in and say, hey, I want like 20 of the whatever number or 10 of the whatever number, where it's shit. Yeah, and then they're like, okay, and then and I'm like, also 20 on pump whatever, and they're like, okay, and then it just charge it, and then I leave.
I've always done cash. I don't know. But also, like, I guess I assumed that it was still cash only.
Well, technically, paying cash for your gas is the best way. It saves you 10 cents a gallon usually. So, like, you should do that, but I don't.
Yeah. Some places, they count debit as cash, which they really fucking should. It's fucking cash.
True.
Right.
I don't know, but either way, it's like, I just kind of, I haven't played. I played one time in like the last 6 months, which was like a week or two ago, and I was like, oh, I got one number. Cool. And then after that, I was just like, yeah, I'll give it another week or two. Maybe I'll throw it another one. After this week, it'll be easier to do that, and then we'll get, I don't know.
I still think that was one of my favorite channel updates we ever did.
We don't win the lottery.
We'll try harder next time.
That was so dumb. I love it. We don't update.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing the clips and shit, which is getting a bit of traction, but I don't know. I felt like we were annoying people when we were doing the updates and shit. Like, it felt fake.
Well, honestly, it's one of those things where like I understand it, and I remember doing the same feeling the same way about band shit.
Yeah.
Because like you kind of, when you're doing it, you have to give your full like, oh, I really believe in this. I'm hoping people believe in this. Music, it's a little different. It's a little easier. Like if that's what you're at, like what I was doing at the time, like that. When you're full commit, that's what I'm trying to do. There's a little bit of something to that, and it's passable for most people. It's definitely annoying though, because obviously, like when you're starting off, it's all local. You're doing, it's just it's advertising to the same market, which is difficult as fuck. So it's kind of like it is what it is, especially on a podcast that like is. I mean, like, look, to be honest with you, like we put way more effort into this set than anything else in this podcast. Otherwise, it's just the two of us sitting in a room chatting, and thank God people, anyone that listens and watches, like, it's just really cool. It's appreciated very much, but it's kind of just like almost like us bullshitting and time stamping us hanging out in our lives and the time.
It is really hit or miss too. Like you can definitely tell episodes like today where we're fucking tired, but like we're not really phoning it in because it's like we said, it's an excuse to hang out. But like I go back and watch the episodes like so I can find clips and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like,
well, like, and that is it. Like throughout all the hour, there are good moments.
Yeah,
it's just not consistent like comedians.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, like, you know, those people they know people, so they can bring in like really interesting guests. So like, they're not really trying either. Like,
well, we just haven't been able to bring our guests. Like, we can. Like, honestly, like, really, if
I didn't mean, like, we don't bring on guests. I'm saying, like, you know, even, like, the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, he'll bring on some obscure fucking paleontologist who, like, knows a bunch of cool shit. Like...
Well, honestly, like, yeah, he just did, like, he had, who the fuck was it? He had, like, he had someone that studies doing something with like AI, and then he like next day like he had a comedian, and then like he has like another scientist and shit. Like he really is like crazy on a spectrum, but like it's funny to like have all these different views. We eventually like it would be nice to have guests on. I know, honestly, we need to have Jeff on. He's asked us so many times to come on, and
both Jeffs. They were fun.
Yeah. Well, we got to bring Jeff, and then got to get John on eventually. But first we need to bring on Jeff. He's asked me enough times that I'm like, I would love to bring him on. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Test out the new setup, get a new mic area. Honestly, I think we'll have to adjust camera angle. Because we're going to have to move this table out a little bit to just create... Oh, no, well, I'll move Mandy, but...
Yeah, I don't think we'd have to adjust too much.
Yeah, I just scoot in a lot more, I guess.
Yeah, I think we'd be fine.
Yeah.
Or just swap the table out for the small table, and then we'll scoot in all... Why did I flex there? That was weird. We'll scoot in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do the small table, and then we could literally scoot into where all three of us are around a little baby table. Like, so how have you been, Jeff?
Yeah, but good luck clipping these things on.
Yeah. We'll do one microphone.
You can't do that. You got to talk into one side. That's the whole...
Well, that's the thing. All three of us will be this close to the microphone. Like, so how's your week been, Jeff? Oh, Brandon, what were you saying, Brandon?
Twist. Yeah, it would not...
Twist it around.
I'm sorry. I don't even know if I switched you for that entire bit.
Well, I'll do it again. we'd be like this close to the microphone, all of us, all
Yeah.
three of us, just like, hey, how you been? You been good, Jeff? You been good, Brandon?
You been good? Yeah.
You guys ever think about coming at the same?
Like now? Yeah. No, honestly,
That was a clip that I forgot we posted. That posted like last week.
yeah, that was it's funny. I had one person, like, I had someone like sent me a clip and they're like, yo, this is hilarious, and I was like, hold on, let me see what it is, because you make them, I still
Yeah.
don't watch them. I'm like, oh, this one's doing good, that's good.
Dude, I wish you would watch them, because some of them I'm like, I don't know how this one's gonna go.
I really should, like, but I just, whatever, I'm like, it is what it is, we're just throwing shit out the wall.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's a dumb podcast, it's just us, it's just fun. We're not out here trying to act like we're trying to make the most serious podcast or be the greatest podcast in the world. It's just us getting together and it's fun.
Yeah. But it's like I said before we recorded, like, every time I introduced myself to somebody at Mark's birthday, he was like, yeah, he's the guy with the podcast, and you should watch it. I'm like, they don't have to, buddy. It's not good.
We get it. But it is really cool. I appreciate the fuck out of that. That's really awesome.
Agreed, man.
But yeah, so it's always funny. Someone's just like, oh yeah, like there are some people that do listen, because we're just us, just kind of like, yeah, we're what I mean, we talked about fucking politics and then went to I already forgot.
We went to how depressed I am with the housing market.
Oh yeah, and then we talked about building houses.
This was like the most depressive episode we've ever done.
Well, it is.
America is in shambles.
It is horribly in shambles, and man. Oh, well, good news. For the Lions, the draft is coming up soon. No, they're doing the combine this week, or this last weekend happened, or whatever. I didn't pay attention to it, but it happened. It'll be really interesting to see what we do. It's fun because our GM has basically publicly been like, he's like, yeah, like having those first picks are important and all. He's like, but I find the most fun in finding the weird ones in the backgrounds in the last rounds. He's like, that's what I really am hunting down. Those front ones are pretty obvious to us at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, all right. So I'm I don't know, he's done ridiculously well for the last 3 years, so I'm kind of like, let's do this. And that'd be really cool. The Wings are doing good. They did Patrick Kane. We just signed him this year as a free agent. He played for Chicago, the Blackhawks, for like 17 years. A long ass time. He was there. And then he came to us, and we went to overtime with him this last weekend, and he scored the winning goal in OT. Like, basically, like, they lost the puck trying to shoot the goal, and they were all stuck behind. He came out like they did the line switch. So all of a sudden, he's just in the middle of the ice. Everyone else is towards the goal, and one of our guys got it, and they just threw it at him. So it's one-on-one, him with his former goalie. And he just fucking whoop right in and won the game. And then, like, the announcers are just like, his return to Chicago is complete. He's fucking won. You know, He beat his former team. And also, the guy that passed it to him was also a former teammate of his from Chicago. They were both returning there. So it was just kind of
so
like
they went home and said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it was a giant double bird. So like the Wings are actually in the top contending. They're very much viable and expected to be in the playoffs this year. Finally, we haven't been in 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Like, yeah. Which is honestly like hilarious because like I'm sure there's people that don't know, but like, I mean, we were the hockey place for literally 20 something years. It was weird when it finally died, and they were kind of like, okay, it died, we can rebuild, because at that point it was just a miracle that they just continuously kept going.
Well, I mean, like, even non-hockey players, they know Gretzky.
Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of like, it's been different. The days are different. Whatever we did back then, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. I'm just thinking about, like, the smell of Joe Louis. It had a distinct smell to it. Had you ever gone there for a hockey game? Have you been to a hockey game?
I have, but not professional. I've been to a couple, like, whatever the equivalent of minor league is.
Yeah.
A couple beer leagues. And then Adrian, the college I went to, I don't remember what division we were, but we had a really good hockey team.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was so good they turned the football field into a hockey ring. Like, just for, like, a random weekend to have, like,
That's cool.
like a skirmish type deal.
Okay.
And, like, that was fucking hype. Like,
They did the Winter Classic.
Whatever the fuck that is.
So the Winter Classic is now they've started doing every year. I think once, maybe twice a year. They do a game in a baseball stadium outside.
Yeah,
So
it was basically that, but a football field.
Yeah,
It was fucking dope, dude.
that's really cool.
Like,
I mean, well, that said, since you've never been to a Wings game, we should take you. Because the next time, like, we're going to go, it'll just be, we're just doing cheap seats at the top, probably somewhere between the $20 to $40 range, depending on the game. Because it's like, if it's a good team, they charge, you know.
Yeah.
If you're versing a shitty team, which is what I'd love to do, so we can just see us win, we'll go.
yeah,
It's a good time.
Those are some of the best games to go to, too, man.
Yeah.
Like, minor league games are fucking fun as hell, dude.
Jimmy John's Field is cool.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times when I worked for Jimmy John.
See, I went there once with Melissa a couple years ago, and it was pretty cool. I was like, all right, I'd go again, and we just haven't, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time in Georgia.
I mean, to be fair, if I remember correctly, the Georgia, like, minor league team, the Savannah Bananas.
They were not they might have been a thing, but they weren't big when I lived in Georgia. If they were,
That's fair.
But
Now they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of the
yeah,
baseball league.
I'd love to go see them play.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not my thing. I think it'd be cool and all, but I saw the Harlem Globetrotters and I thought that was cool, but like baseball's a little weird. Like with the Harlem Globetrotters on basketball court, like everyone is supposed to be running around and moving around, so it's kind of cool to do some fun choreography thing shit, but like in baseball everyone is just standing still, so all of a sudden everyone, it's just like, it feels like I'm just going to see a live.
But I think that's kind of the appeal to it, man. Like,
oh, I get it. It's just not it doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like, at least from clips I've seen, like the way they do it is, it's like, yeah, they're playing baseball and everybody's in their spot, like formation, whatever, and then randomly like a song will play and like everyone does their choreographed little bit. And then they immediately go into the game, like, right after. And I'm like, to me, that's a little impressive. Because it's like, you just watched everybody out there fucking twerking and not even looking at the batter. And then the pitcher threw the ball. And it's like, right back into action, you know?
True.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. It just, honestly, like, I'd rather just go see an actual game. To me, I guess I would say I'm just boring. It's
yeah.
I would rather just like enjoy, like, to me baseball games are definitely not like super exciting. They can be.
Fuck. Yeah.
They can be exciting, but like when we do go, like, it is fun. I just for that day, like, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm committing to actually being invested. Every pitch, I'm hoping they're gonna fucking drill the shit out of it.
Yeah.
and it'll be a good game, and that's what it is. But if it isn't, whatever. But Wings games, Wings are always fucking pretty much. I mean, unless we're getting blown out, which I've never been to a game when it's done that. Like here and there, like we had a game where it was a little iffy, but it wasn't like total blowout. It was somewhat contested loss when I saw them the one time they lost, I think. But like, it's always a good time. It's nice. It's fun. We should go.
I'd be down. I really wish that they would allow like drugs back into sports.
Dude,
I just want to see a dude who's obviously on roids just fucking crack a ball out of the park, dude.
They are doing that. Not
I heard
the Olympics.
Yeah,
they're doing a roid Olympics.
Yeah. I want that to do so well.
Honestly, I do and I don't, because I'm like, yes, it's unfortunately, like, I hate to say it, but that league will always be like the second place people that couldn't beat it naturally, and they're like, fuck it. And it's just like, it is gonna be fun to see just like absolute like terminal velocity and just like crumbles. Because like, here's the problem too, is like there are gonna be people that are just like going way too hard.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be exploitative.
I mean, it's it is regulated use. I think at a certain point they're like, I think there was a certain like, hey, like we're not letting you essentially like, let's go, and then just like you're not Hulk. You don't have a Hulk serum, but like,
God, could you imagine though?
Can you imagine a Hulk serum? Yeah, and just fucking do that, and then just like realistic Hulk serum, like your skin stretches enough to hold it, and then you shrink, and then you're just nothing but like. It would be so gross.
I would do it. I'd do it so quick. We're gonna pay you $1 million a year to do a bunch of steroids. Let's go. Am I gonna die early? My ball's gonna shrivel up. I'm gonna grow man boobies. I don't care. Let's go.
For $1 million for a year, maybe.
Yeah. Hell, even 1 year.
Like I said, for a year, for $1 million, I might do steroids for a year. Because if you give me the $1 million up front, or like $500,000 up front, $500 at the end, I'm down.
Yeah, let's fucking
Or
go.
Broken up over that year, like $1 million. Hold on, what would that be? What's the math? I'm gonna find the math. It's no.
You get $250,000 every quarter. Divide that by 4, you'd get one.
It'd be $19,230.77 a week.
I was doing based off the month.
Oh well, times 4. It'd be $76,923.07.
That's what I make in a year. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, hit me up.
Yeah, basically.
I'll do roids for a year and fucking hit some balls for you, man.
I'm down. Fuck it.
I'll hit your balls for a year.
I mean, he's got enough money. Maybe he's into that thing. I wonder if there's a threshold. Like, once you hit $1 billion, all of a sudden you're like, I want my balls stomped. Like, and it just there's just a level of power when you have that amount of money that automatically is just like, I need to be beat. Horrifically. Not like subtly, but horrifically.
Yeah, I would get into some weird shit if I made $100,000 a year. So I could imagine.
Honestly, I don't even. My hobby would just be just dumping dumb tips everywhere.
Oh yeah,
just fucking life-changing tips. But the problem is, you become the life-changing tip guy.
Yeah.
So you have to be subtle, but not.
Yeah, I would do it like, go to a random Denny's.
Yeah, on a road trip, you do the fucking life-changing tip and just don't say anything. You just leave. And then you just also write on well, no, because you'd have to do, for that you'd have to do cash. You want to do cash because then you don't want the taxes
and shit. Yeah, that'll fuck their income up.
Yeah. Either way, thank you guys for that was
a really good throw.
That was a really good throw.
Holy shit, I'm impressed with myself.
That was a good throw.
You're gonna fall in love now.
You did it.
Happy Valentine's Day. That was a few weeks ago.
It was. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We love you guys. Have a great week, and honestly, hopefully we'll do one more. If you're coming over Thursday, we'll do one more on this set.
I have to come over Thursday. I'm going to my buddy's house after this to pick up some gaming monitors for my computer.
Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna do this again. One more episode. We'll get one more.
And I'm here next week too. My schedule got updated.
Yes. So we got more episodes. Cool. We're on this set for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you for watching. We love you, and have a great week. Bye, guys.